It stands on the edge of the desert, a silent giant against the Egyptian sky. The Great Pyramid of Giza. For thousands of years it has watched civilizations rise and fall. It is the last of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. A monument so vast, so precise, it almost defies belief. It was built for a king, a pharaoh named Khufu. It was meant to be his tomb, a stairway to the stars, a vessel for his journey into the afterlife. But it became something more. It became a symbol of human ambition, a question mark made of stone. Imagine the scale of this structure. It is made of more than 2 million stone blocks. Some of these blocks weigh as much as an elephant. A few weigh as much as a small whale. They were cut and moved with incredible precision. They were stacked nearly 500 feet high. All of this was achieved over 4,500 years ago. When you stand at its base and look up, a question fills your mind. How did they do it? Why is the construction of the Great Pyramid still a mystery? The answer is surprisingly simple. The ancient Egyptians left us no instruction manual. There are no blueprints. No detailed accounts of how this colossal structure was raised. We have found their temples. We have found their tombs. We can read their hieroglyphs. We know about their gods. We know about their kings. We know about their daily lives. But on the single greatest engineering feat of their time, the records are almost silent. This silence is the heart of the mystery. It is a void that has been filled with speculation and wonder for centuries. Think about the challenges they faced. First, they had to quarry the stone. Most of the limestone blocks came from a quarry right next to the Giza Plateau. The massive granite blocks used for the king's chamber came from Aswan. That is over 500 miles to the south. How did they cut these incredibly hard stones from the earth? They had boats, they had the Nile River. Moving a 50-ton block of granite from a quarry onto a boat and then to the construction site is a puzzle in itself. Then comes the biggest question of all, how did they lift the stones? This is where the mystery deepens. The most popular and widely accepted theory involves ramps. It is an idea that makes logical sense. If you cannot lift something straight up, you can push or pull it up an incline. Historians have proposed many different kinds of ramps. Perhaps a single, long, straight ramp was built up one side of the pyramid, but this ramp would have had to be enormous. What if the ramp wrapped around the pyramid like a corkscrew? A spiral ramp could climb the pyramid's sides, but it would also have its own issues. How would they make the sharp turns with massive long blocks? Another idea is an internal ramp, a hidden ramp spiraling up inside the pyramid's core. Beyond ramps, we must consider the power source. That power was human, thousands of workers toiling under the Egyptian sun. We now know these were not slaves. They were skilled laborers. They were organized, well-fed, respected for their work. They likely worked in teams using ropes, sleds, levers. Levers would have also been crucial. These simple machines multiply force. The Egyptians were masters of simple mechanics. Combining levers with the pulling power of many men and the inclined plane of a ramp creates a powerful system. This is the human-centered theory. For centuries, theories were based on little more than logic and imagination. But today, we have new tools. Modern science lets us look at the pyramid in ways its builders never could. We can now test old ideas and uncover new clues hidden within the stone. One of the most exciting discoveries involves a simple piece of paper. The Diary of Merer was found by the Red Sea. It's a logbook from a man who led a team of workers. Merer records moving limestone from Tura to Giza. He writes that they used boats on the Nile, and they navigated man-made canals to the pyramid's base. This is the first-hand account of work on the Great Pyramid. Scan pyramids is using advanced physics to peer inside without drilling. They use particles called muons from space. By measuring muons passing through stone, they mapped voids. In 2017, muon scans found a massive void above the Grand Gallery. It's as long as a passenger jet. New research separates fact from fiction. The idea that blocks were cast like concrete has been largely disproven. Microscopic analysis shows natural limestone quarried from the earth. The evidence points to brilliant logistics and immense manpower. The canals plus the diary show a highly organized state project. Science now confirms the ancient Egyptians were master planners and engineers. They tamed the river and moved mountains of stone through sheer organization. So, what do we know for sure? We know who built the pyramid, the ancient Egyptians, under the reign of Pharaoh Khufu. We know why it was a tomb and a monument for his journey to the afterlife. We know they were not slaves but skilled and paid laborers. We know they quarried stones from Giza and Aswan. But what about the myths? For a long time, people believed the pyramid was built by slaves, whipped into submission. Archaeology has shown us this is not true. We have found their village, examined their skeletons, and seen that they received good medical care. Another myth is that it was built by aliens. But there is no evidence for this. The evidence we do have, the tools, the quarries, the workers' village, all points directly to the Egyptians themselves. The real story is more impressive than any tale of alien visitors. The Great Pyramid continues to fascinate us because it sits at the edge of our knowledge. It is a puzzle that is not quite finished. The pyramid engages our curiosity. Standing before it, we connect with our most distant ancestors. The truth we are searching for is about the incredible potential that lies within all of us. The potential to organize, to cooperate, and to build wonders that can outlast the ages. The Great Pyramid does not just ask us how it was built, it asks us what wonders we too are capable of building, and that is a question for all time.